Hello, hello. Oh my gosh, you guys are already here. Oh my gosh. Hey, Skylar. Excited to sprint. Are we starting the lines we leave behind yet or not yet? Not yet. And I don't know if we have officially chosen that as our book. I actually, that's a question that I have. So, yeah, let's talk about that. Um, hey, Mika. That's what I wanted to ask. Yeah, have we definitely chosen this as our book? I am totally okay if we have. I don't think I'm ready to start that tonight though. But I guess I could. I just have to download it to my Kindle. So yeah, if everybody wants to start that tonight, um, I guess we could do that. Uh, yeah, I guess we could do that. I have one little so uh, I'll tell this story in a minute. Let's see what else everybody's saying. Oh, Tina canceled her dentist appointment to be here. Wow. Hope everyone is well. Oh, the like button. Thanks, Christina. Hello, hello. We are honored, Tina, but I'm told dentists are important. I hate going to. So I hate going to though, so I understand. Yeah, I'm like, Tina, did you really cancel because you had to do the reading sprints, or did you cancel because you are going to the dentist all the time? Yeah, I didn't think we were starting it either, but we could. Okay, so I thought there were still, sorry, I keep looking down at my phone. I thought there were still people that needed to vote, or are we saying, look, your voting period is over? You had your chance to weigh in, and now we're making the decision. I would love to read this. I'm okay if we start tonight, but I'm also okay if somebody cannot start yet and wants to wait. Okay, so Mika's okay to start tonight. Tina, you're okay to start tonight. Christina, Skylar, do you want to start it tonight? I need to download it to my Kindle, which is probably dead, but I have the Kindle app on my tablet, so I can probably do it. I just woke up. I didn't feel like it, and my dad was like, "I don't want to go today." All right. So here's my only reason why I might. This is the stupid reason why I might not be able to do it. But here's what I think I might have going on uh, that might uh, take me away from sprints. So my building had uh, like a power outage that blew up everything in the building. Like everybody's TVs, everybody's refrigerator, everybody's appliance, like everybody's everything, including thank God my laptop was plugged in, but the surge protector thing, it saved my laptop. So it didn't get fried. But my power cord fried, completely fried. So I can't, I'm charging my laptop. I have it all jerry rigged. If you could see the scene, it's like my laptop is balancing precariously on this thing, and the, the, the power cord, it's crazy because I don't have a power cord yet. So all of that to say, oh my God, I almost dropped it all. um, the guy who was going to come and look at my washing machine to see if it can be repaired or if it has to be replaced was told me he was coming at 2:30, um, and it's now 5 o'clock, and I keep looking down because my phone keeps buzzing, and I keep thinking it's going to be him saying, "I'm here," or "I'm on my way," or whatever. So if he comes, I'm gonna have to cut sprints short. Um, I mean, unless he's here for unless he looks at it and is like, "Oh yeah, it's Friday." I mean, yeah, I think I'm gonna have to cut the sprint short if he does show up, which I don't know if he's going to. So that's the only reason why I say maybe we shouldn't start um, the lines we keep, the lines we cannot keep, something. Why we maybe shouldn't start today. Having said that, he's not showing up, right? He's never showing up. So I don't know. What do you guys think? If we start today, we can take it slower in case we need to chat more about it. I think it'd be better to plan out the sprints for it and then start. I don't think it's a good idea to start today. Oh my God. Yes. Oh yes. I'm okay. But it was like we were sitting here, having some cocktails and playing a game of Clue. And with the lights kind of flickered a little bit, and we were like, huh, what's going on? I don't know. I don't know. And then some of the lights went out and some of them didn't. And then all of this smoke started coming out of my TV, like poltergeist. We jumped up and started like running to the door. It was literally like poltergeist was coming out of my TV. And then everything went dark. Yeah, it was crazy. So yeah, uh, we went and had dinner, and then I volunteer at a place on Friday nights. And so by the time I got back, it was after midnight, and the electricity was back on, but a bunch of my lights were burned out. And so like I needed to replace light bulbs and things, and then they worked. I didn't even try to touch the TV because I figured that thing is definitely toast, literally toast. But the refrigerator still worked, and the ovens, like most of my electrical appliances still worked. My power cord was fried. I was like so worried about my laptop, but it still turned on and it still works. But I noticed that my power cord, when I plugged it into charge thing, it wouldn't charge anything anymore. So it was dead, 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 dead. And then the other day, Saturday, I went to do laundry, and the washing machine wouldn't turn on. So yeah, so I've been trying to figure out how to get it fixed. And then we did get an email from the building manager. I live in an apartment building. So the building manager sent everyone an email that basically said our electric company has confessed or whatever that yes, they are responsible. There was some kind of like electrical something. It's all in Portuguese, right? I don't know what it was. An electrical something without neutral. I don't know. Apparently that's really bad because the electric company is like, all of your appliances are going to be fried, but why don't you, if you make a claim, we'll see if we can compensate you for the damage. So I've been trying to figure out like what I need to do to get compensated for the damage. And yeah, I'm starting to go, this sucks when you live in another country that you don't speak the language and you're trying to just do these kinds of administrative things. It's very hard. So it's taken me a couple of days to figure this out. And here we are, waiting for the repairman to come. Okay, why don't we wait just to play it safe? I agree, Mika. Yeah, I need to finish 2 books today, so maybe we should wait. What are you trying to finish before the end of the month, Tina? Hopefully, I know. I really hope they cover the washer. I am doubtful that it can be repaired because I feel like when electricity fries something. Oh, wait. Hang on. I don't know who that is. No, that's something else. Sorry, I'm going to be distracted the whole time. We need to start reading quick so I can be distracted and not distract you guys. Yeah, I hope they cover the washer because that could be a couple €100. I don't even know. It was brand new when I bought it 3.5 years ago. So we'll see. I don't want to have to buy a new one, but I feel like when the electrical blows up, I don't know that you can repair but I don't know anything about it. I'm not an electrician. I don't have anything to do with electrodomesticos, right? Yeah, I still have a bit left in. Oh, okay. What you're looking for is in the library because I've been busy with, oh, what kind of paperwork? Let's talk about somebody else's paperwork for a minute instead of like my trauma with the poltergeist and the electric company. Okay, so I think the consensus is, wait, is the final vote we are reading our February reading sprints, book sprints is The Lines We Keep, or whatever it's called. That's definitely officially our book. Yes, we have decided. And then we have also decided we are not going to start tonight. We will start, are we starting on Monday with Tina, or are we starting next Wednesday back here? That's the next thing we got to talk about. But all right, I need to finish Killing Bridezilla by Laura Levine, which is a short book. I'm over halfway through. And Catering to Nobody by Diane Mott Davidson. Tina, these books sound really good. Killing Bridezilla, I think, sounds really funny. Is it, or is it not? And Catering to Nobody, I kind of like the sound of that title. I'm going to work on my February TBR. I'm not reading anything right now. Okay. Oh, applying for disability pension. Oh, yeah, that is a lot of paperwork. Ooh, yikes. Okay, Skylar says, yes, I think we have decided that. We've made all of the decisions. I need to finish both of those books. Oh, for a specific reading vlog you're doing in January? This is the last day of January, Tina. All right, so you've got to finish them today. You can do it. Oh, Clover by Dory Sanders. Okay, very cool. Oh, I love it. We're all reading good stuff. They're like, yeah, send us everything you've ever gotten from your, oh my gosh. Have you kept everything you've gotten from your health insurance since 1995? It's like, it's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, Killing Bridezilla is an edgy, cozy mystery. It's extremely hilarious. It sounds hilarious. All right, you know what? I was going to read something fun, but since Mika is doing like hard things, I'm going to read my Portuguese book. Because if I've learned anything in the last 4 days, it's that my Portuguese is not up to scratch. And I've got to keep working on it harder than I am. Just a little bit every day. I need to do a little more every day. Yeah. So if Mika's going to be digging through dusty folders and filling out paperwork, I'm going to do hard things too. All right. So what should we do? Should we do 45 minutes? Come back at the top of the hour and see what's happening. Come back at the top of the hour. It's like 47 minutes. Does that sound good? You started clapping. That's hilarious. I love that. 45 sounds good. I love that we're all like doing like good stuff, except Mika's not doing anything fun. Oh, Mika is doing something fun. I'm done with paperwork. Good. Should look for something to eat and write the library book. Oh, and read yeah. Finish the what you're looking for is in the library. Oh, good. So then we are all doing something fun, except now I'm not. Now I'm reading the hard book. All right, I'm reading the hard book. All right, 45 works for Tina. I'll read the hard book and then we'll see. I can pick and choose. I can switch it up at the next sprint, right? I can't type today. All right, so let's read until the top of the hour. Let me fix the banner and get us going. We're reading until the top of the hour. Okay, and if for some reason I'm not back at the top of the hour, it's because I'm like talking to the washer repairman. Yeah, and so I'll jump back in the comments if I have to completely like stop the sprints. I don't think I'll have to completely stop them unless like he shows up at 5 minutes till 6 and he's here for, I don't know, going to be here for an hour or something. So yeah, we'll just play it by ear. Let's read until the top of the hour. All right. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Okay, top of the hour. Um, yeah. Okay, how did we do? I um I didn't get very far in my book because I read back a little bit. And then I read a chapter and then I had to read back again because I was like, I kind of don't remember who everybody is. So yeah, I was kind of going back and looking for names and trying to figure out like who everybody was again. Because it's about there's like four women who buy flowers for different reasons. And like I'm about a third of the way through the book, it looks like, when I'm just looking at it sitting there. And they're all the women have different personalities and different whatever. And I just couldn't remember which woman, which name went with, you know, which person. So I didn't move the bookmark very far ahead, but I feel like I got back into the mode of what the book is about. So I thought it was good. Good for me. I read almost 30% of Killing Bridezilla. That's a lot to read in one sitting. And I was doing some crocheting on my blanket. Very nice. Yeah. Oh, and I missed Mika. Mika finished the book, the library book. All right, Mika, tell us what you think. It sounded so good when you were talking about it the other day. Um, like now that you've finished it, is it still as good as it was when you started? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? All right. At least it's good that you know he's not. Yes. Yeah. Um, yes. I can relax. I can actually now think, okay, what do I need to do tonight before the stores close? So like after sprints, oh my God, my phone is still blowing up with stuff. Yeah. So what I need to do tonight after sprints, I need to head to the store to get to try to find a new charging cord that will work with my MacBook, because this situation I have with the charging is not ideal and it makes me very nervous. So I need to go try to find a new charging cord. Um, and oh, I need to do laundry at some point. So I have like you can see, I'm wearing these like weird clothes because I'm running out of clothes. And actually, like, not to give you too much information, but I'm coming down to like one more pair of underwear. So I I need to do laundry. Um, but I don't know what time the laundromat closes. Uh, Nor do I want to drag all of my clothes there and have all the machines be full. So I got to figure out how I'm working all of this out. Hmm. Oh, the book is wonderful. Oh, I'm so glad. I love Japanese literature. Well, like I said last time, I think it's the only Japanese book I've ever read, or book by a Japanese author that I've read, or book set in Japan, whatever, was the one about the coffee, when the coffee gets cold, or something that before the coffee gets cold, or something. And I loved it. It was wonderful too. So, yeah, I feel like maybe I need to read some more of that this year because it just like makes you feel good. I like books that make me feel good. I mean, I like books that make me think about things too. But yeah. Oh, good. I put it in my uh well, I'm not reading it in February. I already know that. Um but it's possible that I read it in March. I feel like I put it on my in my March library because I've decided I'm not really doing a TBR because things go on the TBR list and there's like 5,000 books on the TBR list and I'm never going to read them, right? It's like a list of nothing. So I've decided if I see here a book that I want to read, I'm going to already put it in that month's library so that I know, okay, it's March, like you do for book club, right? You know that you're reading, whatever book every month for your book club. So you put it in that month's slot and you know you're reading it. So I'm going to try doing that a little bit with like books that people recommend that I think sound really good. I'm just going to plop them into a monthly library. And that way, That's what I'm reading. So I can't remember what month I put the library book in, but I put it in a month. So I will be reading it. Japanese literature can be so wholesome or so terrifyingly strange. I love it either way. I terrifyingly strange, I don't know if I would love, but it might. Terrifyingly strange could be interesting. Yes, very glad you liked it. Definitely put it on my want to read last week. Yeah, we're all into it. Maybe we should have made, oh well, but Mika's already read it. I was like, we should have made that our sprints book. No clue when I'm gonna get to it. Yeah, I can't remember. I think I put it in, I know I didn't put it in February. I think I put it in March. And you know what else I need to put into February then is the book that we're doing for Sprint. Well, I'm excited to start that one. But it also means that next month I'm reading at least 2 books set in, this is like a World War II book, historical fiction, right? I'm reading another historical fiction from World War II, so it'll be interesting. So are we starting the lines we leave behind next week on my sprint? Good question, Tina. Yes. We can either start it on your sprints or we can start it on my sprints. I just put up a whole bunch of new, I put up the, the scheduling for my February sprint. So I'll change the thumbnail thing to show that we're doing book club thing. Do you want to start on your sprints, Tina, or do you want to wait till Wednesday? Do you have a preference? Mika, Skylar, Christina, do you guys have a preference of when if we start on Monday or start on Wednesday? I'm planning on coming to your sprints on Monday, whether we read or not. So if you're planning on having them, maybe we start on Monday. I don't know what day it is. Oh my gosh, it's been a crazy day. So we also started, so I'm taking a writing course. We just started a writer's group. And so one of my goals this year is to write a novel. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. But the writer's group is the first step to keeping me on track to maybe actually do it. Yeah. So I feel like I have a lot going on. What kinds of stories have I written so far? So I have written just little short stories that are nothing. They're kind of ridiculous. And we've only had one meeting of our writers group. And I read one of the chapters in the novel that I might be working on to publish. So I read it was kind of a standalone chapter and people were like, oh, this could be its own standalone little short story. And I was like, yeah, I guess so. So yeah, we'll see. Do you write stuff? A general fiction. Yeah, general fiction. That's where I am. Contemporary women's fiction, right? I don't know. I mean, I don't know how to write contemporary fiction really. I'm making up as I go, but I certainly wouldn't know how to write any kind of fantasy or fantasy world or magical world or even a cozy mystery, right? Because you have to plot it and you have to yeah, it seems complicated to me, but maybe it's just because I haven't read enough of those kinds of books, right? And when you read enough of those books, I guess you kind of figure out how it goes. I don't know. Oh, I write in my head and create stories in my head, but I never write it down. Maybe you should write it down just for fun. What kinds of stories do you write in your head? Cozy mysteries. And have the kinds of stories that you've written in your head. Do they change when you read like a different genre? It's always dark romance from back in the day, like when you used to read that a lot. Do you think you like, because now you're reading different stuff, that in your brain you write different stuff in your brain? Like now that you're more like used to how that goes? Because I mean, I haven't read enough. Fantasy, no. I creating a whole fantasy world, I don't think I could do it. But like time travel-y, alternate reality things, I kind of like in my head play around with an idea of a story that's like time travel-y that maybe I could write, but only because like I've read, like those are the kind of books that I have was reading and still kind of like to read. And so that like that genre sort of gets in your head, and so you start creating stories. Does that make sense? Mika used to do NaNoWriMo. Yeah. And each time I wrote like 75,000 words and I never did anything with it afterwards. Yeah. So I did NaNoWriMo twice. Once I did the same thing. I wrote like 75,000 words. And the other time, I think I only wrote like 30. I didn't do a very good job. I didn't finish it. I didn't like, yeah. But I definitely wanted, so yeah, what I'm thinking of working on is the 75,000 word novel that I wrote for NaNoWriMo years ago, like taking it back off the shelf, having another look at it and reworking it a little bit. That's what I'm thinking of doing. Mika, why don't you do it with me? And then we'll get Tina to write some stories down, and we could do, here's what we could do. Okay, so here, all of our sprints are changing. So 1 week, we read books and talk about them. The next week, we're writing and talking about it. And then the next week, we can just do our regular sprints. Oh, wait, I forgot to read it to you. I haven't started to write any cozies or anything different. I think I started doing it because I wanted to read things and I couldn't find it. That's what I've heard people say. Like, that's how they started writing books. Like, they wrote a book that they wanted to read, but they couldn't find it to read. So, see, you're already in the author mindset because that's what authors say. I have heard them say it. Like, I was looking for stuff in dark romance and I couldn't find it. So, you wrote it? Good for you. Mika took a correspondence course on creative writing for a year. But all that taught me was that I like the idea of writing much more than actually writing. Yes, but sometimes you get in a group, right? Like doing that NaNoWriMo where I wrote like that whole big novel with all of those words, it like sort of came easy, right? I was in the flow. It was fun. I was loving it. And then the other year that I only did like 30,000 words, it was like a slog. I didn't have like a clear idea of what I was writing or why I was writing. And I was just like, okay, the idea of NaNoWriMo this time around was more interesting than actually doing NaNoWriMo. But the first time, I loved it. I don't know if I'd ever want to write it down, but writing sprints could be fun. I actually sat in one time because I was doing something and I was just looking for sprints to see if anybody was sprinting. And there were like a not Bookstagram, but like not books, like writer tube instead of booktube or whatever. Like people who are writers were having like writing sprints. And so I was like, ooh, I don't know what this is about, but I'm gonna like go in and see what they're doing. And it was literally like a group of writers who were working on their books or working on like, I don't know, writing whatever they were writing, magazine article or whatever. And I was like, ooh, this sounds like kind of cool. And then of course I probably did follow them. I bet I looked if I looked in my thing under like people I'm subscribed to, channels I'm subscribed to, I could find them again. Because I'm sure I must have subscribed to their channel because it was like I loved I only did like 2 sprints with them. And I think they did, I can't remember if they did super short sprints or if they were longer, but yeah, it was interesting. Oh my gosh, Mika! I've written like 6 or 7 novel drafts with NaNoWriMo, but there's no passion in me to do anything with them. Mika, do you like the writing process, but not like the editing and rewriting? Because that's how my book ended up on the shelf. Because I loved writing it, but then when it came to like, okay, now I've got to edit it and I've got to like rewrite this or that or this or that. That's what I wasn't into. That's what I wasn't into. Yeah. Everyone's saying, wow, wow, wow. Yeah. I don't have any of them anymore because I deleted that NaNoWriMo account. 2 laptops fried and I lost my external drive. Oh my gosh. Did you cry? They're gone. I yeah, I I have both of the drafts that I did for NaNoWriMo on my laptop in the cloud on a zip drive. And the other day, I went to plug the zip drive into my tablet because I wanted to take one of the chapters with me to the writers group. And I got a message going, like when I plugged the zip drive into my tablet, it was like, this is not your disk is not formatted for this tablet. We will format the disk, but you will lose everything on the tablet. And I was like, nope. Yeah, Mika, were you crying? Crying. All I have are the maps I did and some handwritten notes. Okay, what kind of books were they? Maps. That sounds like fantasy world kind of stuff. Yeah, we're feeling you. Tina and I are crying for you. If you weren't crying, we are crying for you. Oh my gosh. It's okay. I know, but it's a lot of work that you lost, and nobody likes to lose work. Oof. Oof. Are you doing when was the last time you did NaNoWriMo? And are you going to do it again this year? And do you maybe want to do writing sprints with us? What kind of books were they? I feel like they were fantasy world. If you have maps and stuff, some were contemporary, some were fantasy. One was YA horror. Mika, you wrote a horror book. That is impressive. Was there a poltergeist coming out of the TV? Because I could give you a firsthand account of what that's like. It's been a few years and I'm done. I don't want to do Nano again. All right, got it. It's a lot of work. You got to really be like committed. It definitely seems like the kind of thing you would really, you think horror sounds like something Mika would love to write. Maybe. I could see Mika doing fantasy. I could see actually, Mika, you know what I could see you doing? I could see you doing some kind of illustrated, like I don't know, maybe not a children's book, but maybe like a middle grade with your illustrations and everything. I could totally see that. Like a middle grade fantasy like thing with your illustrations included. Mm. At the moment, my focus is on reading and learning Norwegian. Mika, you are my hero with that. And I think of you every time I think, I do not want to study my Portuguese. And I think, Mika's doing her Norwegian right now. And I need to do my Portuguese right now. So thank you for inspiring me and keeping me motivated. Yeah, I mean that in a good way. Yeah, like some sort of comic book, but yeah, like not comic drawing, right? Like not, but yeah, something. Yeah, I could see that. I would buy that kind of book. And I would buy that book for all of my friends with like middle grade kids. Mika, something to think about. I mean, not horror. I'm not buying a horror book for my friends. No, I would because it's you, Mika. But yeah, horror. The One Draft I Regret Losing is a fantasy book where the bookseller needs to team up with one of the ghosts that haunt his bookstore. Is that the horror one? Or that's just like the fantasy one? I kind of like the premise of that one. There's a although I'm getting I'm getting Salt and Broom vibes. The bookseller needs to team up with one of the ghosts that haunt his bookstore. Oh, Christina had a crazy sprint. Banking, sending the husband off, making lunch, making the bed, cleaning up the messes. And you had to change clothes. No reading. Sorry about your loss, Mika. I know, we're all like upset that Mika lost her work. And like Mika's like, eh. Yes, yes, Mika. That happened to me too. Like I outlined my story. I planned it. I like knew like the main points and where the story was going and the hero's journey, and I had it all mapped out. And it mostly went that way. But these characters, they all just start doing things, and you're like, wait a minute. Stop falling in love with that guy. You have all of this other stuff to be doing, or like whatever. It was wild. It was a wild experience because I was like, you people are not real. I'm making you up in my head. How is it possible that you are running away with my story? Like, right? It's the weirdest thing. It's the weirdest thing. All right, just fantasy. But dare I say it, the ghost and the bookseller. Oh, I can't believe you lost this one. The ghost and the bookseller were like, yep, we're in love, deal with it. So I actually wrote scenes that were very bittersweet, but it was a love story. I can't believe it. Absolutely. My only problem with possibly writing it down is that my stories don't really have an ending. I'm just about these people's lives. So they're like short stories, like a moment or like a glimmer of time in people's lives. That's like, yeah, that's a story. I know. Mika, that sounds amazing. I totally want to read that book, but it's gone. It's really gone. Maybe you should rewrite it, knowing what you know now, of course. Yeah. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, what are we doing next? Are we gonna keep reading? I am gonna keep reading the Portuguese book because now that I have in my head who everybody is and where we are in the story, I feel like I can continue with like one more chapter. So I'm gonna try one more chapter. She's back on the boat in the next chapter, so it'll be interesting. She's back on the boat. I think the romance was okay because it was so bittersweet. I mean, one of them was dead. Yes. But now that you know how to like bring back the dead and how they can like possess a living person, maybe you could work that into the next draft. Wait, did we start the book? No, 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 no. We have not started any book. So are we starting the book on Monday during Tina's sprints? Is that what we decided? All right, Tina's going to keep reading. I'm going to keep reading. Mika, what are you reading next? Or are you going to not read anymore? Are you doing something else since you finished the library book? Tina, are you still reading the Bridezilla? The Bridezilla one? No, 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 no. No worries, Christina. We have not started that. I think we're starting on Monday. All right, Christina, what are you going to read? Now that you've got like, oh shoot. Now that you've got the, Okay, sorry. Yeah, Christina, you've got everybody off, you've got the house clean, the bed is made, you're dressed. What are you reading? Clover, that's right, you did say that before. Okay, cool, 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 cool. Mika, what are you reading? What are you reading next? I don't know yet. I've decided from now on, I'm not planning anything. No TBRs, no monthly plans, no reading clubs. Wow. Well, this is unusual for you, Mika. You always have like 5 challenges going on at the same time, 17 bingos, 17, like all of these different things you have going on. Wow. So from now on, at least for the little while until you change your mind, you're just gonna like what, scroll and pick something. I love that. No challenges either. She's just gonna scroll and pick a book. Ooh, I love that. Well, I'm still with some, yeah, I'm still with some clubs. So I still have the book club that I go to in Queenborough. I have our reading sprints book that we read, but I'm kind of trying to do what Mika does, like just like not really have a plan. Like a book has to sound really, really good for me to put it in a monthly library. Otherwise, I'm like at the end. So yesterday, I think I sat down and literally just like scrolled to figure out what I wanted to read in February. And so I picked like 7 books and now I have 8 books because of this one. But it's not as spontaneous as Mika, but I was like, I'm just gonna like scroll and choose a book that looks good to me, right? So I had the book club book, and then there was a book that has been on my Kindle because a couple people have recommended it, and one of my friends, at least one of my friends, had it as their book of the year last year. And so I already had it on my February, like I'm gonna read it, right? But all the rest of them, I was like, literally, I have some weird stuff, right? Because I was just like scrolling. I was like, oh, I like that title. It sounds interesting. I'm going to read it. So I love the freedom. Oh my gosh, Mika. Yes, like this. We're a good club, aren't we? The Treehouse Book Club. Is that what we're calling ourselves? You're free. And I have some buddy reads. Yeah, those are good, but they're month long and read as you can. So I can mood them too. With the only exception possibly being the amazing readathon in autumn, because that was a wild ride. Was that the one that you went to all the different countries and everything? Because that one sounded very cool. I think the amazing readathon is going to be in June. What, really? Okay, thanks for telling me. Is that the one where you went to all the different countries, like the amazing race, the amazing readathon? Also, by the way, I'm going to mention this. I was in Steph and Christina. Whose sprints were we in at like 5 earlier today? Steph and somebody. But we talked about the other day. We were thinking about maybe reading lessons in chemistry for our sprint book club. They were saying today that their book club for their book club book for February is lessons in chemistry. They're doing it. So if you guys wanted to jump in on a lessons in chemistry discussion, read and discuss, they're doing it in February. So I just thought I would throw that out there. Yes, the amazing readathon. Cool. It does sound cool. Hey, when you guys hear that that's coming on, I normally don't do stuff like that because it's a lot of pressure to pick like certain books, and I always feel like I maybe don't want to do that, but I don't know. Maybe I'll do it. It sounded kind of fun when you guys were doing it last year. Sounded stressful, but it sounded kind of fun. So Tina's excited for round 2 of that. It's not been announced, but that's what it sounds like. Okay, cool. When it's announced, Stacy and Steph. Yeah, Stacy and Steph. And Donna. Yeah. So it's Stacy and Steph that's doing the book club, right? With lessons in chemistry. Not Donna. I think. So yeah, if you guys are interested, they're doing it. Yes, that's why I suggested it. B said, yes, I'm reading it for May in my book club. And then I read it for another book club last year. So, but I was like, you know what? I mean, part of me is kind of thinking maybe I'll jump in on their book club. Um, because Lessons in Chemistry is a really good book and there's a lot to talk about. So I like would be up for discussing it with as many people as possible in as many different rooms as possible, right? Because it's just really good. Four Paws and a book that does the amazing one. I don't know anything about Four Paws and a books. The New Romantics Book Club. That's the name of Stacy and Steph's book club on Discord. It's the New Romantics. Oh wait, are they not also in our they're in our Instagram messaging group for the treehouse, right? I was thinking we could read it for me for our book club. Huh? We could read, oh wait, not for me, for May. Ah, we could. We absolutely could. So that you don't have to read it 3 times. I've already read it twice. So I definitely would read it again. But yeah, I'm okay with waiting until May to read it if that's what we want to do for our May tree club. Tree club? Tree house. God. Yeah, Stacy's in our Instagram group. Okay, they're in Treehouse too. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. So here is my proposal. It is 6:30 my time. Four Paws on a Book have very fun events, but I want to stay clear of competitive readathons other than the amazing one for this year. Yeah, I like the mood reading idea. I like it a lot. It is one reason why I don't join. There's another book club in the town I live in, and there's another book club that one of my friends does, like with people from her job. And she invited me to do it with them. And like I don't jump in on that because I feel like then like while I'll read really good books, right? Because book clubs generally do pick pretty good books to read and definitely have a lot to talk about. Um, sometimes I don't want to be told what book to read, right? I don't, and I feel like if my monthly library, my monthly stack of books that I have to read are all books that someone told me to read instead of books that I chose to read, I get like all annoyed at that. So I kind of try to limit. That's why I don't do like the challenges and the bingo and the readathons and stuff like that, because it just seems like then I'm like having to read books that I don't know. I like the freedom. I'm all William Wallace. Freedom. Yeah, that's what I like. Me too, Mika, but I'm not doing that one either. Oh, you're not going to do the amazing readathon either. Christina's like, none. The prompts have to say read a book and then I'm good. Yes, this is kind of how I feel most of the time. I mean, I'll still look up the new releases every month, but not to plan my reading. Yeah, so you can just go, oh, I want to read that right now. Yeah, I know. I like to see what's out there. And then I like to see like if there's anything good. But I love that you're just being flexible. Very cool. Very cool. I'm getting rid of months. I don't like them anymore. Well, January was just a really long month. Oh my God, it's the end of January. It really was a long month, wasn't it? Yeah. And then February is a long month because it's leap year this year. And it's like Fat Tuesday is next week, right? And then we start Lent. So I feel like February is also going to be a long month, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. All right. What do you say? What do you say we read for an hour this time? Too much? Too long? Um, Well, let's say we read for 55 minutes. Like if we read until the next half hour, right? So for me, it's 7:30. For Mika, it's 8:30. Um, for you guys in the US, I think it's 2:30. Like we read for about an hour until until the next half hour. Is that too long? Does that sound all right? I'm trying to stay in the present. I don't like deadlines. They make me feel stressed. I agree. Isn't it weird that we're all sort of feeling that? Yeah, it's leap year. Oh, I never knew anyone that had a leap year birthday. 55 minutes is great. I really need to finish my book. It's 1:35 right here now. Okay, so why don't we read until for whatever, about an hour, until 2:30, or for me and Mika, 7:30 and 8:30. We'll read for about an hour. So we'll come back. Let me fix my thing. We're gonna come back until we're reading until 30 minutes after the hour. Good. Yeah. All right, let's do it. Let's go. 30 minutes after the hour. Happy reading. Okay, how's it going? How is it going? Oh my gosh. All right, let me see. Let's go back up here. All right. Oh, oh my gosh, you've already scrapped your reading only favorites in February goal. Okay, that's funny, Tina. All right. So Mika was going to use the sprint to decide on my next book and see if my subscriptions had okay. So Mika, did you decide on a new book? Oh, 5 stars. Tina, did you read that entire book just in like what, an hour and a half in our 2 sprints? You read the whole book. 5 stars. All right, very cool. Oh, Maud Horton's Glorious Revenge. Okay, this is curious. What happened to Maud Horton? A young woman searches for the truth about her sister, who boarded a ship headed to the frozen Arctic and never returned. Huh. Okay. My parents just got home from the store, so you were on the TV for most of it. Oh, wow. Great. I was like TV famous. Is that what you're telling me? Oh boy. Oh, you were already okay. You had already started reading it when we started reading today. Okay, cool. Cool, cool. Well, I read a couple of pages. Yeah, I read a few pages and did pretty good. The book is really interesting about the part that I'm reading now, she's back on, so the main character, her husband died somehow, and she moved to Madrid, and I guess they used to have a boat and they used to go boating before he died. He told her he wanted his ashes scattered somewhere. But she doesn't really know how to sail a boat, even though she was his like co-pilot for all the years they were married. And I've just lost my train of thought. So she moves to Madrid and she meets these women. And so the book sort of bounces back and forth between like her meeting the women and then getting to know the different women and all the different women and everything that's going on in their lives. It's all of these women that go to this flower shop to buy flowers like on a regular basis. And they all sort of become friends and they're all buying flowers for different reasons. And so the book goes back and forth between, I guess, present day, she is on the boat sailing and it's not going well. But I guess the women that she met in the flower shop, they all, once they heard her story, all the women like talked her into doing it somehow, sailing this boat that she doesn't know how to sail. At least this is kind of what I'm trying to figure out from like, I'm reading in Portuguese. Do I know what I'm reading? Kind of, not really. But yeah, so this part, she's back on the boat. And yeah, she's learning lessons on the boat. It's good. I am still enjoying it. Like, it's one of those books that every so often they say something really deep and meaningful. Like, I will read a portion, but I won't read it. I'll just tell you what it says in English. Like, she's on the boat. All right. And so she says, like, she's learning all of these lessons. The boat is called the Peter Pan. And she's like in the middle of a storm on the boat and she's trying to like not sink on the boat and trying to like get where she's going and stuff. And so she's like, the Peter Pan taught me on the first day that when you have everything against you, the sea, the wind, it's best to turn off the motor and don't make important decisions. It's best to just let the storm take you. Wait, don't insist on following your planned direction, zigzag. Catch small gusts of wind, observe a lot, improvise a lot until the storm passes and calm returns. And I was like, that's like really good life advice too. So like every so often the book will do something like that. And it's like, okay, I'm gonna write that down because that's like good advice. Yeah. So yeah, it's good. I am definitely enjoying it. I still have to look up, I don't know, quite a few words and phrases. And then I do skip over a lot of stuff that I'm like, okay, I'm sort of getting the gist of this, but I'm kind of sort of not, but I'm just gonna keep going and like see if it becomes clear until I'm like, no, 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 this is an important thing, I think, and I need to understand exactly what it says. So then I look it up. Then I like put it in a translator and translate it. So yeah, I'm liking it. This is what I always do, right? When I read it, I really like it. And then, like, for whatever reason, because it's not just easy to sit down and read, I stop reading it, even though I really like it. And then I pick it up again tonight, right? And I'm like, ooh, I really like this book. So I need to just stick with it. And yeah, I need to stick with it. And maybe that's what I need to do, like on reading sprints when we're not reading a treehouse book. I need to just read the Portuguese book. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Um, so what's next, Tina? The other book that you were going to read, I can't remember the name of it. It sounded cute, the other one you were going to read. And Mika, how are you liking yours? Did you start it already or you just picked it up? And Christina, how's your book? Coven. What are you reading? Covey, something. I can't remember. I'm scrolling to see if I can find it. And why can't I find it? I really can't find it. Are we ever not reading a book club book? We're not today. I'm gonna be continuing. Oh, catering to nobody. Yeah. That's what it's called. That sounds cute. What's it about? It does sound cute. And Mika, how is your book that you just started? If you're already into it. Oh, I thought it was a cozy mystery, but the person who recommended it said it's not a cozy mystery, it's more of a cozy thriller. I didn't even know there was such a thing as a cozy thriller. And that is not like when I read the title, Catering to Nobody, I don't think, ooh, thriller. I, okay, interesting. So far, I like my book. The writing style is very atmospheric. Huh. Are you on the boat? 'Cause in my book, we're on a boat too. Are we all on a boat? Or the sister just got on the boat to the Arctic and disappeared, and now how the other sister is trying to find. Did the boat go to did the boat disappear? Everything, the entire thing disappeared, or just the sister? Do we know? Maybe you don't even know yet. It doesn't. Oh, jeez. I keep almost like knocking this whole precarious situation around. Okay, it doesn't fit into the typical cozy mystery qualifications. No graphic content, curse words, trauma, but it definitely has a cozy element of the main character cooking and living her life until she dies. Like what's the thriller part of it? Do you know? I do like a thriller, like a mystery thriller. I realized that last year with the couple of books that I read that were in that like mystery thriller genre that were not scary, but that were like mystery thrillers. Mika, the other day I was reading a story similar to that, but you were following the perspective of the missing woman. Sadly, it ended horribly and I hated it. But good luck with yours. Oh my gosh. At the moment we're in London, and the sister of the girl who went to the Arctic is trying to find out what happened. She's been told that her sister died in a tragic accident. Oof. After sneaking on board. Oh, so she snuck onto the ship and then had a tragic accident. Okay. Oh, her abusive ex-husband's father gets poisoned and people think she did it. Why would she poison her ex-husband's father? Seems like if you're going to poison somebody, poison the abuser. That's what I say. Mika's book and Tina's book sounds like a book that Christina maybe recommended to me. No, 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 not Christina. Somebody else. Maybe Mika recommended it. The Unmissing, about this woman who gets kidnapped. Um, and she's like missing for, I don't know, 10 years or more, something. The husband, her husband, like after however many years, like she's declared dead. The husband, like after a bunch of years, remarries, has a whole other family, and then out of the blue, the missing woman shows up at the front door. She's not missing, she's back. I was like, and that was so, it was like from, and it was from the perspective, the book came from the perspective of the woman who was kidnapped and then returned to her husband. And then from the perspective of the woman who the husband remarried. So it was like from the perspective of the two wives. It was a thriller, mystery thriller, and really good. This is, oh, so this is like a historical book too. Like it's set in the olden times, whatever that is. She wanted to be an explorer. Women were not allowed on ships, so she disguised herself as a boy. And who knows if the sister is really dead? The body was not returned. I bet she's not dead. She's just living as the boy. I don't know. Who knows? Interesting. Did you enjoy Unmissing? Because I have that on my list. I loved it. I did not see what was going to happen happening. It's great, like 100%. It's a thriller mystery that it wasn't what I thought. It was like it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. Like when I read the blurb and when like I thought it was going to be more like, gosh, what do you do now? You've got two wives, right? I didn't realize it was like a psychological thriller. Oh my gosh. Like the end. Whoo, so good. Yes, I totally recommend it. So good. Ooh, either that or the body is in horrible shape and they want to hide something. Ew. Or, so I was just watching something on Hulu, Black Cake, which I guess is a book. Have any of you guys read Black Cake? Oprah Winfrey just made like a Hulu series out of it, but it was apparently a book. And in that book, or in that book, whatever, it's a book, but in the series, one of the characters that was with another character and they were in a train crash. And one character lived and one character died, but there was a mix up. And so the character that lived, when she was in the hospital, they identified her as the character that died. And the character that died, they never returned the body to the family because the family didn't pay to have the body returned. So they buried the body in like an unmarked, is it unmarked? I don't know, in a grave in London, I guess, or Edinburgh was where this accident happened. So maybe it's a situation where like they didn't return the body because the family didn't pay for the body to be returned from the Arctic. I don't know. You're not very far into it, so I guess you'll keep going. What is the end unresolved? Hmm. I don't know what that means. The end of the unmissing? The end of unmissing? Was the end unresolved? The end was totally resolved, and you will not believe it. If you're talking about unmissing, the end was totally resolved, and you will not believe it. I'm gonna say it again. The end was totally resolved, and I was like, yeah, what is happening? I literally was like, hashtag, what is happening? Crazy, wild, twisty ending. Yeah. But yes, everything was resolved, everything was tied up, and my jaw was on the floor. Yeah. The title is Maud Horton's Glorious Revenge. Maud is the sister. Oh, yes, something must have happened to the sister that was not an accident. Ooh, ooh. Well, now we're getting to it, and it sounds kind of good. Like she finds out what happens, and then she's out for revenge. And I love revenge stories. And I love revenge that's like plotted revenge. I mean, my favorite character in Salt and Broom was the lady from the picture who died, who was the villain. But I liked her because she like plotted her revenge and she waited for it and then she did it. Yeah, I like that. All right, Mika, your books now sounds kind of good to me. Christina's still reading and sprint hopping, but my internet is being touchy in case it goes out again. Thanks for the sprints. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Yes, thank you for coming. It was good to see you here, and it was good to see you in the other sprint. And happy sprint hopping. And yeah, we're about to say goodbye anyway, because I got to get to the store to get a charger. Oh my gosh. So this is getting more interesting to me then, Mika, this story, that it's going to go back in time and get the sister's story. Ooh, so that's sounding like it might be really interesting. Very cool. This year, I'm planning on doing a series of videos where I read other YouTubers' favorites. I want to read all of your favorites. I have a lot of favorites. I feel like I should wait until May until we read Lessons in Chemistry. Yeah, because that's a lot of people's favorites, right? I haven't met anyone that didn't like rave about Lessons in Chemistry. So we'll see. We'll see what you think. Oh, I hope you like it. What if you're the one that hates it out of all of us? That would be an interesting video. You could be like, everybody loved this book. I don't get it. No, I think you're going to like it. Bye, Christina. All right, so I am gonna sign off, but did we decide for sure we are starting the book? We are starting The Lines. Now I can't remember the name of this book. The Lines We Cross, The Lines We Keep. Where are the lines? What's the name of this book? Come on. The Lines We Leave Behind. So we're starting that on Monday at Tina Sprints. Is that a definite, we are doing this? I'm okay with it. I'm in, starting on Monday. All right, it works for Tina. So we're not reading any of it beforehand. We're going to start reading on Monday. If Tina's okay with it, I am too. All right, we're doing it. We're doing it. So we're going to start reading it when we meet on Monday. No homework, right? No homework. I feel like right now we've got like a bunch of books going on that need to be finished. Well, I guess you guys don't need to finish books before starting another one. You guys are all multitasking. So yeah, but no homework, right? We start on Monday. I'm excited about that. No homework yet. All right, cool. I am excited. Tina, are you gonna do sprints on Saturday again today? Again this, oh wait, I can't do it. I can't join you on Saturday anyway. It's Antiques Market Day. Mika says no homework, please. No homework. No homework. Okay, have a good night. Have fun buying a charger cord. I'm gonna go eat a bunch of food my parents bought. I know. I'm gonna make some soup, I think, when I get home before I go to bed. So yeah. I will see you guys then on Monday if I don't see you before then. Thanks for coming to read with me. Thanks for coming to hang out with me and talk to me. It was super fun to see you guys. Have a good night. See you next time. Bye.